Some astrology asks you to build things. This astrology is asking you to burn them. Let's talk about it. I am Tigris, I am the Sky Witch, and I love talking about all things stars and magic. So if that's your jam, make sure to pop over to my channel and hit subscribe. Today, we're talking about the sun coming up in a conjunction with the South Node in Leo. Mwah! Farewell, Leo season. Not only are we releasing our Leo energy for the year, we are doing a super large release, burning of all of the things we need to let go of. The South Node has moved into Leo recently. This is a journey that's going to last us 18 months to 2 years. And this is the period at the very final degree of Leo, 29 degrees, that the sun and the South Node would come up into this exact alignment. Now, back on August 12th, the sun and the moon came up into an alignment. They had their new moon, which led to a solar eclipse because it happened close enough to the South Node that there was coverage in terms of not being able to see the sun in the sky, depending on where you are in the world, right? So this isn't the eclipse period, but we still are in eclipse season because there's one more lunar eclipse that's coming up on August 27th. So we're kind of like in between this wild, chaotic energy, and it's still really happening. But at this point, the sun has actually come up and it is sitting at the cave, like the front of the cave that the dragon lives in. And it is shining its light into this typically very dark space. When the South Node is in Leo, its need for release, its need to let go, comes through that sheer fire burning. Okay, it just left Virgo. The keyword that I used when I was talking about the South Node going through Virgo was like purging. Virgo rules the gut, it rules the bowels, it is commonly associated with things like IBS, and it just made sense that when we're talking about the South Node, which is a place of release, when we're talking about it in Virgo, we were talking about it as like purging, letting go. But we're not in Virgo anymore. We are in Leo. And Leo is just this bright, bold, beautiful bonfire. It is burning with such a fierce ferocity, like this heat is solid. And so we're not talking about the action of like releasing tangible through a system and letting it go. We're talking about taking all of that stuff and lighting it aflame. Now this is even more powerful because what is happening at the same time is that the moon is at 29 degrees of Sagittarius. And Vesta, which is an asteroid, which is associated with Sacred Heart Fire, Vesta is at 27 degrees of Aries. And so we have this very cute triangle that's being made between these three energies. The sun and the South Node is coming up against the moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, it's a mutable energy. It's an energy that wants change. So the moon in Sagittarius is bringing about change. I like to describe Sagittarius as a forest fire because it is the kind of fire that is just going to come in and destroy everything. And yet here we are talking about the South Node burning everything down to that white hot ash. It is amplified by this energy that's happening with this connection between the sun and the moon, like the sun and the South Node with the moon in Sagittarius is a perfect little angle there. We are moving forward. We are bringing it down. We are burning it down. Leo doesn't normally like to change. But with this help here, with the way that the South Node is coming in and the way that the Sagittarius energy is coming in, there is opportunity to take what we have and transmute it into something else, to distill it down to the very basic elements so that we can structure and grow something new. Vesta is not an energy that I talk about very often, but it is this sacred heart fire. Vesta is the energy that comes with the fact that, you know, every household used to have a fire in it, and the community used to have a community fire in it. You know how the Olympics carries flame from flame from flame from flame? That is Vesta energy. When a new community was built, we would carry the flame from one community over to the next community to keep that sacred fire going. And one of the things that happened in that community fire was to make sure that things were sanitized, things were clean, things were pure. And so again, we have this perfect triangle of energy that is telling us to burn what's not working, to change what's here in your tangible body being moon, and to look into your heart fire and how you can keep it clean. Now, the other thing that comes up about Vesta is devotion. Devotion is such a powerful concept because you need to devote yourself to keeping the sacred fire burning, and burning in a way that allows it to bring stuff in, to clarify it and clean it. Just popped into my brain right now. Like if I was trying to clean something in fire that was burning in plastic, I wouldn't get the purification that I needed if there was no plastic in that fire, right? We keep our fire clean. We keep the things that we put into the fire to sanitize it clean. He can sanitize so much. And now we have this empty canvas, this empty space, this beautiful open field that we can grow something new. So when the moon comes up against the south node, right before it has its own lunar eclipse, we have an empty space that we can fill. It is important for us to look at this opportunity before the eclipse happens, in those like hours leading up to the eclipse, when the moon is there at the cave of the North Node, to say, what can I do to bring innovation into my reality? How do I let go of the things that I think I need to be and step into the beautiful, weird, authentic versions of myself that will allow me to fulfill my experience in a kind and gentle way? That is all I have for you today. I want to know what you are releasing. So drop that down in the comments. I think there's a great opportunity to just let go of all of the things that are really just keeping us tied into what's not working anymore. All right, I love you so much. Have a great day.